Bitcoin and Cleanspark are rallying today. In this video, I'm going to look over both on the chart, also go over why are they rallying. So if you like these videos, consider hitting the like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, check out the links down below, get you some free stocks and cryptos, consider joining my membership for $2 a month, and also we have a Voyager update. I will be covering that in an upcoming video either today or possibly tomorrow if I don't have the time. But let's take a look at what Cleanspark and Bitcoin are doing. And firstly, Bitcoin's up almost 6% as of this upload. Definitely woke up to a nice day today. And I wanted to show you on the chart, something we've been watching for a while was this kind of ascending wedge. And I do think the market has reacted to it a few times, but at this point, I wouldn't pay too much attention to it. You'll notice here that we did bounce off the 50 MA. I mentioned the other day in my Discord that this is a major possibility, and worst comes to worst, we could test the 200 MA. But one thing to think about is we are looking at ascending moving averages. Bitcoin has been trending up. If we did pull back and test our 200 MA, which we have done not that long ago, but if we did do it again, we would still be creating higher lows and we're still working on higher highs. But while you do see that this pattern's been broken, the market has reacted to it. You'll see it utilized it as a support when we bounced back into it. You'll notice that a break back into it again caused an accelerated move up. But moving forwards, this is a pattern I'm going to be watching for. This is a broadening pattern and it conveniently lines up with the 200 MA. And as we continue rising, the 200 and the 50 MA will rise. And this yellow line combined with the 200 can be a strong support potentially. But Bitcoin has been moving on up very nice, and a couple more green days like this will push us back out of our previous resistance. Once we break out and hold 30, our next goal is 32,000. If we can break that, we are definitely going to keep running on Bitcoin. But as I've said before, any pullbacks on Bitcoin I see as great times to take advantage of a dip buy. Anytime we pull back, add a little bit because we are now in an uptrend, and I do think this uptrend will continue. And I will go over at least why recently Bitcoin's been running up. We also, as a side note, have the halving backing this up. I do think the halving will continue to bring in buying pressure as we anticipate less Bitcoin coming into supply once the halving hits. Now, besides being about a year from the halving, besides Bitcoin looking bullish on the charts now, why is it running up recently? Well, First Republic Bank has been seeing a lot of pain. And we started this trend once the banks started failing. We kind of started this trend with Bitcoin where banks fail, Bitcoin rallies, and we're kind of seeing that here. But I will leave this article down below for you, but I just wanted to point out that as banks fail, as we see weakness in banks, we will likely see more strength in Bitcoin. And just look at what First Republic has done over the last 5 days, nearly a 50% drop. And in the last 6 months, nearly 95% has been lost. So as we potentially hear more and more about bank failures, as we see more signs that the banks are collapsing, this can definitely help Bitcoin out, but I don't think it relies on this, but it will add to the buying on Bitcoin. But next up, let's look at Cleanspark. We are having a nice rally there as well, right around 15% as of this upload right now. And just look at that. We are nearing a golden cross here on Cleanspark, the green and the red line crossing each other. It could come up any time now, as long as we continue to try to push higher. And one thing I mentioned in a previous video, mentioned in my Discord before, is this previous resistance may become a support, and it does seem like it became a support, at least in the short term. One thing to be aware of, however, is that we did gap up here, so we may work on filling that gap soon, especially as earnings approaches. We do have earnings coming out mid-May, and I will talk more about it as that date approaches, but we do have something coming up even sooner, and that's going to be Cleanspark's mining update. Typically, these come out at the beginning of the month, so in the next couple of days, we will get a mining update, and that will be an update on April's mining. And this gives us an idea on what our current quarter we're in is going to look like. So it's going to be important to stay tuned for that. But I do think, despite potentially filling this gap, hopefully we can bounce off this 360 area and work again on breaking out of $5. But as we work on pushing higher, we can definitely see this golden cross, and it can bring more buyers to Cleanspark, especially as Bitcoin pushes up, especially if we see more bank failures, especially as we approach the halving. But what do you guys think about today in the market? It's definitely nice seeing Cleanspark and Bitcoin do what they're doing here, and I do expect to see a lot more of that as we approach the halving, as we push in to 2024 into 2025. I personally wouldn't be surprised in the short term, however, to see a little bit of a pull here, as we do have the Fed meeting approaching, and we do have upcoming inflation data to worry about. But thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think about Bitcoin, Cleanspark. How are you feeling in the market today? Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you later.